hearing myself yelling, smacking, and all of that. Is it that these things don't work, or my own is just different, or my children are just stubborn? So it's what we are going to talk about today. Why does your structure not work? Why do your rules not work in your home? So yesterday, my son had an accident. So we went to the chemist to actually give him a first aid. Before the man came to attend to me, the first thing he quickly did was to give his phone to his kids, young children, between the ages of 4 and 6, 12 of them. Now, I remember I've been there before. I've met this man saying no to his children, telling them no phones and trying to make sure that it was dramatic, no phone, and children were crying and all of that. But yesterday, because he needed to attend to me, he gave them a phone. Why did he give them the phone? So that he will have some peace. It's understandable how some children can be. They can be dramatic. So he didn't want all that drama, so he gave them the phone. Guess what that singular act will do? That singular act will also make him next time, even when he doesn't want to give them the phone, even when he has a valid reason for him not to give them the phone, next time these children will cry, they'll throw tantrums, they will do everything to get that phone from him. So when you come in, you see them crying, shouting, yelling, throwing tantrums, you just say these children are stubborn. These children, like we say in Nigeria, they hear word. Like we say in Nigeria, give them one brain resetting slap and their head go correct. But what happened is not actually that children don't hear word. No, it is because of the broken system, the broken structure, the inconsistency. It has communicated to them that yes. Okay, so my name is Enimi Orebo, and this is the Visionary Parents Academy with Enimi Orebo. If you are here for the first time, I tell you, you are in the place. If you are a parent, you are a guardian, you are someone who is interested in children, you are in the right place. What you want to do is just to take a seat, buy your popcorn, buy your Coke, and go through this channel. We have a lot of amazing resources that will empower you and transform your parenting. If you're from the Visionary Parent Academy, of course, this is what we do here, and then we have the conversation here, and we'll continue with the conversation in the academy. And this month, it has all about structure and system. That is what we are doing this month. And even the book we are reading is a book that aligns with the theme of this month, creating your family structures, creating your family system. Because at the end of the day, your expectations is as realistic as your structure. So, and the Visionary Parents Academy is an academy where parents are empowered to parent the child we have. I always say our goal in the academy is to raise children the world will pray for us for, the world will thank us for. When you say God bless this man, that's the kind of children we want to raise. We just don't want to raise children that the world will curse us for. The children will say, why did they give birth to you? The money they used to train you would have probably be better for something else. That's not the kind of children we want to raise. We want to raise children that the world will bless us for. So if you are not in the academy, I want to encourage you to run and join us in the academy, because you still have a chance to register and join us in the academy from now till the end of the first quarter, which is next month. I guarantee you that the academy is very, very empowering. And this month is all about creating your structure. So we've been talking about structure back forth in the academy. Today, everybody's going to come with their biro, everybody's going to come with their paper, because you are going to start creating the structure practically from today. You already have the material if you're in the academy. So today you are going to start creating the structure practically. So if you're a visionary parent, you are here, you haven't bought your exercise notes so far, then you are wrong. You know how we say you must buy your exercise notes. If you haven't gotten your pen, because today we are going to start taking every item in our family structure guide, we are going to start put it into practice. We are going to create it so that you are not just listening, you are not just reading. And somehow I just wanted to cover my hair, so I wore this. I hope it's not badly bad. If it's badly bad, tell me and I'll take it off. If it's not badly bad, then I move, we go. Okay, so let's go. So I've shared the story of yesterday, and I was talking about that's one of the reasons why your structure will not hold. We've talked about structure over the 2 weeks now. We'll be talking about structure. Sorry, I'm trying to See what's on my phone. For 2 weeks now, we've been talking about structure. When we talk about structure, it is not just rules, regulations, do's and don'ts. It is actually predictable response. Predictability. That is what makes the difference. That is what very many homes don't have. You are winging it. When we talk about structure, you are not winging it. One of the major reasons why parents break structure is because of so many reasons. And one major one is lack of emotional intelligence. If you are not emotionally intelligent, no matter the structure you said, oh, I've created a structure, it will not fly. You know why? Because a lot of things will always jump in the way. You will always be random. Now, this is why next month in the Visionary Parent Academy, we are focused on emotional intelligence. You can't do parenting without emotional intelligence. It will not work. Emotional intelligence, in my definition, is your ability to be able to pause and respond to issues, respond to events. When we talk about emotional intelligence, we're not just talking about parenting. No, your life generally, how you are able to respond to issues in such a manner that it aligns with your vision, it aligns with your intentions. That is you being emotionally intelligent. The other day, was it on Friday or so? On Friday, yes. I was coming back from morning school run and I saw two grown men, matured men. I actually shared this in church on Sunday. They were about fighting. Matured men that will have children in secondary school, or maybe they will have children who are young adults. One of them was slim, looked sporty. The other was a bit, fleshy, looked like what we call typically a jebo. The one that looked sporty was the one that his energy was all over the place. I will beat you here, I will kill you here, I will do this here. If the other one was not calm, if he had not responded calmly to him, if he had matched his energy, they definitely would have fought. And guess what? Maybe people would have put their hands in the chaos. Maybe someone would have been injured. Now, they left the home that morning. Did they leave the home with their intentions to be injured? No. We've heard people say they fight and things happen. They did not leave the home without their intention, but they got outside and things happen. I always say to my children that, see, things happen. You are not responsible for the things that happen. You're not responsible for what people do, what your teachers do, what your friends do. It's not your responsibility. It is not your fault. But you see how you respond to it, that is what makes a man. When you say responsibility makes a man, that is exactly what makes a man. Response, your ability to respond to situations, response and ability. Your ability to respond to situation is what defines you, is what makes you who you are. It is influenced by how emotionally intelligent you are, because at every given time you want to make sure your response actually aligns with your intentions, or they birth what you want them to actually birth. So that is it about emotional intelligence. So what you want to do, so join us next month for this class. It's going to be a 30 days challenge from the 1st of March to the end, to the 30th of March. We are going to have one activity every single day. Of course, we are going to have master classes. Of course, we are going to be in the Visionary Parent Academy. We are going to have accountability. We are going to share our daily struggles, and we are going to have something like a plug and play, so that as we progress in life and in our parenting, we are able to hold ourselves back, so that we are more emotionally intelligent, indeed, not just with our children, with our spouses, and with people all around us. So if you're in the Visionary Parent Academy, don't worry, you are part of the class already. It's part of what we do. But if you are not in the Visionary Parent Academy, you also want to be part of the class, you just pay a fee, an early bird fee of 10,000 naira from now to the 20th of February, and after the 20th of February you pay 15,000 naira. I tell you, it is going to be worth it. Look at it. What can 10,000 naira do for you in this time? Think about it. So use that 10,000 naira and join our class on emotional intelligence. Now we are still on why does your structure not work. You have set your rules, you have set your regulations, you have said, okay, screen time limit, chore, when they should do chore, when they should not do chore. Why does it not work? You see, find that your children are still breaking these rules. There's still always chaos in your home, because when you have structure, I tell you, your chaos will be greatly minimized. Chaos, drama in your home will be greatly minimized. Inappropriate behavior, or rather what we call misbehavior, will be greatly minimized, because your structure is not just something random. You're supposed to look into your structure. You will go online, you will see people have, oh, this is it. It may not work for you. You will understand what works for you. You will understand what to struggle with and all of that. So you will create your own. So when you have a structure, I tell you that an effective structure, the dramas, the chaos, everything that happens in your home will be greatly minimized, and your expectations, there will be high chances of your children meeting your expectations, meeting your family expectations. There will be high chances, more and more. And you see all this parenting with chaos, yelling, smacking, there will be no need for them. There will be no, you see all this, I'll give him a brain resetting slap. There will be no need for all of that, because you have a system that actually works. So I was talking about why parents, so as a parent, you have, oh, I've set rules. At the end of the day, they don't work. My children still don't follow. Like I shared the story of the man, the chemist man yesterday, who gave his children his phone, and because he wanted to attend to us. Why do parents break their structure? Why can't parents be able to hold on to their structure? One of the reasons is stress. As a parent, you are stressed. I know how it is. When you are stressed, you are tired, you just want to say, oh, let them do what they want to do. I really don't have the strength. I don't have the energy today. Let me just leave them. When you don't have the strength, you don't have the energy, you leave them. Children don't understand that you don't have the strength and the energy. That was why you left them. You know, what they just know is that sometimes I get away with it. So today, let me do what I want to do. And hopefully I get away with it. And so maybe the day they will do what they want to do is actually the day you would want them to, you want to be consistent. You want to follow through. Unfortunately, you have long given them the wrong signals, and that is what they are following. Stress, fatigue. One other one is, oh my God, fear of public embarrassment. I shared something in the Visionary Parents Academy the other day, where a teacher, my daughter's teacher, hello, thank you for joining. My daughter's teacher in church said my daughter didn't cover her hair to church. The way her hair was scattered, so she didn't cover her hair and all of that. So I shared it in the Visionary Parents Academy. They already know the story. I said, the teacher was telling my daughter, she was saying that you are embarrassing your mommy. You know your mommy is a teacher. I said, embarrass me, Ke. Why would I feel embarrassed? She already knows that it's her life, is her choice. So her actions will not embarrass me. No, my own actions will embarrass me. But her own actions should embarrass them. So very many times, even parents, they have set the rules. They have said that, okay, I'm not going to yell at my child. I'm not going to smack my child. I'm not going to do certain things. But because they now get to public, they will not be afraid, oh, my child is embarrassing me. Oh, they feel embarrassed. The next thing, they are breaking the structure. They are breaking their rules, because they feel embarrassed. They feel responsible for their children's behaviors. Something we do not realize sometimes is that our children are human beings. They are responsible for their own actions. I tell my children and my teenagers this in school. I said, have you ever read that part of Deuteronomy? I don't remember the particular part now. Is it Deuteronomy? Where something like, if you have a rebellious child who will not listen after your several counsel, take the child to the elders at the gate, and the elders at the gate will take the child to the youth at the youth where they will stone the child to death. And I always tell them that this is because even God knows that. Even God has given us the mandate and told us, train up your child in the way he should go, so that when your child is old, he will not depart from it. The Bible has told us that. God also understands that some children, as you are training them, they will not want to listen. So that is why God has told the parents that if you have cancelled, and the child remains rebellious, hand the child over to the elders at the gates. It simply means today we don't have elders at the gate, because in those days that was their system. We don't have elders at the gate. So what we have today is we have the police, we have the judiciary, we have all of that. So it simply means that if you are not repentant, you are committing a crime, unrepentant, then you are going to face the rule. You are going to face the consequence. So it is your life, it is your choice, So fear of public embarrassment, that is one of the reasons why parents break their structure, their rules, what they have said. Because structure is the way you want things to be. I always say, use the word sacrosanct when I talk about structure, and always liken it. It is there, it's permanently there. Nothing is moving it. So nothing is supposed to make you fall out of your plan. Do what you have said you won't do. Nothing is supposed to make you do that, make you compromise. But okay, so network is just my network keeps loading. So some parents, sometimes they feel, oh, your child is embarrassing you in public. So even the things you have promised not to do, you do it because your child is embarrassing you in public. Another major reason why parents break their structure is because of guilt. They feel guilty. A parent who has said, okay, my child, you are just going to take one bottle of drink every day. Now the parent goes out and the parent is coming late. In order to make up for that coming late, they will now allow the child, go there, drink as much as you like. They will even be the one to buy extra for the child as they are coming home. Remember, you have said it. There is a reason you said it. We'll get to that later. They now are the ones that will go back because of guilt. We see it a lot, how parents who overwork themselves, who are always working, chasing money and all of that, which is not a bad thing, by the way, how they try to make up to their children a lot of material things. So guilt is one of the reasons why parents also are not consistent. And one other reason, like happened in the chemist, was emergency. The man needed to attend to us. So he thought to himself, these children will be making noise, they'll be disturbing. Is a chemist, they can be bringing out bottles and things will happen. I don't want that. So because I do not want that, let me just give them a phone to distract them, even when he did not want them to play with the phone. Because if he wanted them to play with the phone, he probably would have given them the phone. They would have been playing with the phone before I arrived or before other customers arrived. That was not the case. Obviously, he didn't want them to be playing with the phone. But because he had an emergency, he had to give them the phone. Another and the last reason I have here is tantrums. Parents feel, oh, I don't have strength for their tantrums. If I don't give them, they are going to disturb. If I don't give them, they are going to make noise. You don't know my daughter. She will not stop until she gets what she wants. Because parents are afraid of their children's tantrum. So what do? They now give in to their children's demands, whims and caprices, as they call them. And then at the end of the day, they break their own structure. One of the major things that makes your structure not to work as a parent is inconsistency. That is the only thing. That is why your children break your rules. That is why when we say children misbehave, most times, okay, let me give you a particular example. I remember one time when I was in Lagos, I was driving past my 12. So I saw these tubers of yam by the roadside. I was like admiring them. I had someone in the vehicle with me, and she was like, I'll stop and buy now. I said, no, this is it VIO now? Lasma people are there. I don't want their trouble. She now looked around and said, last man, none of them is here. Just stop and buy. Eventually, I didn't stop and I left. Why was she encouraging me to stop and buy? Because sometimes you go there, you don't see last man. Sometimes you go there, you see it. So the inconsistency of the last man there, being there or not being there, actually was enough encouragement for someone to want to take the risk. That is what happens. So because children, they do not know what to expect. They don't know. Because of that, they want to take the risk. Okay, let me do it. Maybe today, my parents will. Maybe today, I'll get it. So that is it. I said being inconsistent, network failed today. So when you are inconsistent in your structures, it leads to a lot of chaos and everything. Like I said, one of the things that actually makes you inconsistent with your structure is when you do not have You have not sat down. You did not sit down to make you are just random. You just dish out orders, just say things. No, you are definitely going to be consistent. Another thing is parents are not emotionally intelligent. I've talked about this again. I'll say it again. When you are not emotionally intelligent, your actions are not consistent. Your actions cannot be consistent when you are not emotionally intelligent, because your mood will greatly influence your actions. Your mood will greatly influence your actions. So when you're angry, you are throwing tantrums. You are angry, you are authoritarian, you are aggressive, you are yelling, punishing, name calling. When you are happy, it's a different ball game. This is why, as a parent, you need to be super emotionally intelligent. You need to work on your emotions at all costs so that you can be consistent. You can stay one place. You can make decisions from a place of thorough thinking, a place of reason. Because if you are not emotionally intelligent, you cannot make decisions from a place of reason. You will find yourself always throwing tantrum. You will find yourself like being influenced by your mood, not by your structure. And you know, when you are already influenced by your mood, your structure is inconsistent. Now, this is why next month you need to sign up for our emotions mastering class for parents, 30 whole days, and the fee is just 10,000 naira, which simply means the fee is every day you are paying 300 naira. That's what it means now. Every day you pay 300 naira. What can 300 naira do for you? Like, what can 300 naira do for you one day? Nothing. You agree with that? Nothing. That's what you are paying to master your emotions. I promise you, it is going to be super transformational. We are going to understand all those things that actually make us, that trigger us, and we are going to be able to move from a better place to where we want to be in our parenting. Okay, to wrap up the class, I want to share, yes, you want to, as a parent now, you want to go back and repair your structure. You want to have rules and regulations that work. You want to create structure, a structure system in your home that works. You want to stop the nagging, the yelling, the chaos. You want your children to stop pushing boundaries and all of that. One of the things you can do is, the very first thing you can do, like I said, you need to have a vision where you are going to. Where you are going to as a parent. You need to have a mission statement. What idea govern your home? How do you want to operate as a home? You want to be loving, you want to be kind. How do you want to operate as a home? The book we're reading this month says something very amazing. You can sit your children down and ask them, how do you want your home to be? Like I said, how do you want your home to be? So when you have gotten all of that, okay, the way you want your home to be is not abstract. So you break them down into everyday habit, into actionable steps. You create a structure around it. You know what you want as a parent. So sit down, ask yourself, what are the things I expect my children to do? What are the things I don't want them to do? Sit down and ask yourself, why do I not want this? Why do I want this? Be very clear. Understand them. Sorry, network here is bad. It's even discouraging. Sit your kids and make everyone understand. As a family, this is what we stand for. This is how we are going to operate. And this is the reason we want to operate like this. Then begin to create the rules. And make sure they are not influenced by your mood. You are angry. It is where it is best for everyone. If you have preteens and preteens, everyone should be around when you are doing it. Everyone is happy. It's just like a family meeting, a family gathering. We have a family meeting template in the Visionary Parent Academy that we use. You sit everyone down. You talk about the things in the family. You can start with questions like, okay, what don't you like about this family? What do I do as a mom that you don't like? What does your dad do you don't like? What does your sibling do you don't like? What does this person do you don't like? Because family meeting is compulsory. You can hold your family meeting every month. So you rotate the person that is asking questions. You rotate them. Today I ask questions, tomorrow your dad, tomorrow you, next month rather you, the other month you ask the questions. You have a proper structure for your family meeting. One person is the secretary, one person is the president, one person is everybody. You have a proper, one person is the welfare that brings the food. the entertainment, you have small popcorn and coke or anything you have there, you put them down, you are having a proper family meeting. If you can afford to go for a retreat, take your family out, you take them out, go somewhere. If you cannot afford to go out of your home, I said retreat, yeah, you can. If you cannot afford to go out of your home, you can do it in your family. You know, everybody sits down, you bring out your writing materials, you have refreshments, small light refreshments somewhere. You ask everybody, okay, now let's talk. This family has been a lot of drama these days, lately, yelling all over the place, shouting, which personally you are not comfortable with. So you are not comfortable with the drama, and your kids too. You notice that you are always fighting. So you want to create a system that will stop that, that will help solve that. So we are now going to sit down and discuss heart to heart. So talk about what don't you like about this family, what can be better, what can be changed. Ask everyone. Everyone talks about their own. You write them down. After writing them down, you now talk about, okay, what do we want for this family? What do we want? Where are we going to? How do we want to see this family? How do we want? What is our identity? How do we want to be defined? You talk about all of that. After everything, you have everything documented, written down. So everyone is a part of it. Everyone contributes. You have it written down. For us to achieve this as a family, let's look at what we need to do. What structure we need to put in place to achieve as a family. For example, you can say things like, the children will share their vision with you, what they want, what you want to achieve as a family. There is no way there will be something like, in 5 years I want to be drug addict. It will not be part of your family. They want to be happy. They want, even when they are out of the house, they've gone to school, they are grown, they are still going to come back. I want to be able to call my sibling anytime, to always be happy. Good and fine. To always call your sibling every time, to always be good and happy. It simply means that we have to develop a certain relationship. And how do we develop relationship? Empathy, communication, forgiveness, kindness. You put all those down. You now break them down. You break them down. What does kindness mean to us in the family? How do we communicate to each other? When we say empathy, what does it mean? When we say sharing, what do we mean? You put all of them down. You break it down. They now form part of your do's and do nots, must do's and must do nots in your family. That is structure. Now remember, because you have a common vision, you have a common goal, it is easy for everyone to be along with you. You write it down. We are talking about having a happy future and things like that. You are coming to also break it down. You want a happy future. You are not just your future does not start tomorrow. Your future does not start the day you get to 25. Your future starts now. It is every day. Your decision today is molding your future tomorrow. So what are we going to do? We are going to look at the things that will help us shape that future you desire. Then we are talking about screen time. We are talking about friendships. We are talking about a lot of things we are going to put in place. So because you want a certain future, then this is your daily. You are going to create your own daily routine around your future. So that daily routine makes it into your structure. So if you're in the Visionary Parent Academy, we are starting it today. You need to get your pen and your paper, because the coach will be asking you today, where is your biro, where is your book? So you are going to snap and show us, and then you are going to start your activities, because you are going to start creating. Like I said, you are going to start with what you want your children to stop, what you want them to start doing, so that you will have clarity. You are going to have clarity. You are going to stop being random, being spontaneous. You know exactly. And you're also going to answer the question, why do you want them to start this? Why do you want them to stop this? Because these questions, it is going to answer the responses to the questions. They are going to answer the question of, are you being, because sometimes we just expect things from our children that are not realistic. Maybe because we have not sat down to think it over. Maybe because we are not in a good mood. Let me share something with you. When my children were much younger, I was one of those parents that would take my children out and maybe go a party, for example, and they are sharing items, I just tell my children to see that they bring to you, take. They don't bring to you, don't bother. When I get home, I'll buy for you. Maybe I think it was just my son, but I know then my sister-in-law was okay. It was just my son. My sister-in-law was living with me, so when they are sharing things, she would tell my son, "Go and take your own. Go and take your own." I didn't quite like that. I felt it was embarrassing, as if you don't have food to eat in your house, So, but she would insist. She didn't know why. She just said, why should we pay all? Why should we pay all the way from our house to this place? Sometimes we will drive and you will not. No, let him go. So it was much later. I sat down. I thought about it, and I realized that I want to raise children who are confident, who are bold. Then when people are doing things, when their mates are going to stand up for themselves, demand for, I will not say no. How does it align with my vision? I'm teaching them now, no, just sit down. Don't mix up with people. Even don't do it. When I get home, I can always. One day I told myself, hell no. So since then, I told my children that if you are in a place they are sharing something, go there and collect your own. Go. They know I will not even buy for you. I will not even give you if you give. I go and collect your own. I tell them if they are dragging, go there and drag. These are people like you. That's how you see some children. They are tough. They are tough like this. They are smart. They confidently answer you. You are wondering, these kind of children, because we've shielded our own for so much. So you want to be sure the kind of future you want, your vision statement, your mission statement, and all these things are practical. You break them down into everyday behaviors and all. Okay, I was talking about what you expect from your children, what they should stop doing and what they should start doing. Because very many times you have to realize that what you want them to start doing or what you want them to stop doing, they are even against your vision. They don't even, how do I call it? Sometimes they are not a big deal. You are just over expecting, or you are not even being intentional. You are not even aware of what you are expecting. Now, this is why this exercise is very important. It's one of the exercises we are going to do today in the Visionary Parent Academy. So if you are not with us, you can quickly join us now so that you can catch up with the exercise.